guys, today I'm super excited to give you my spoiler-free thoughts on Extraction 2, which comes to Netflix on June 16th. Now, if you saw the first one and you've seen that ending, you know you might be thinking like, how the heck are they making an Extraction 2? Well, they explain it very well. They pull it off in a way that absolutely works. And we have Chris Hemsworth back in the lead role of Tyler Rake, and he is so good. I mean, he proves once again how he is an action star. He is an action star. He's so much more, yes, but he's also an action star, and he can pull off something like this, right? It reminds me of like a Bruce Willis and Die Hard-esque type thing. Like, these movies are insane, okay? You thought the first one was insane. This one, like, the fight sequences are longer, the fights are bloodier, the explosions are bigger, it's like crazier and more intense. They took everything that worked in the first one and amplified it and made it even more insane, okay? And this time, the story is personal for him. Not too spoilery, but, you know, he is tasked with rescuing some people. Of course, Extraction, right? He has to rescue a mother and her two children from being kept by a criminal warlord type person. They're actually held in a prison. It's kind of a weird situation, which you'll see in the movie. And but it's personal for him this time. The person who has asked him to do this, it's a very personal matter to him. I guess it's kind of spoilery-ish, so I don't really want to dive into it, but it makes sense and it adds a little bit to the story. Listen, this is an action movie. The story itself, the plot itself, it's a little bit generic. It's very predictable. But it's entertaining, and it, you know, is kind of the fuel for all the craziness to go on, so I'm here for it. There is this one take, okay? I want to say it's like 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm sure you can Google and find out how long it is. But it feels as if it is literally one continuous shot, one take. It's insane. The sequence is crazy. It goes from the prison to, like, cars, to on foot, to a train, and then you get the thing you never knew you needed, which was man with machine gun, I should say, versus a freaking helicopter. It's absolutely insane. That take is bonkers, and it makes you like live right on the edge of your seat for that entire sequence. Now, of course, there are some perfectly placed transitions, like turning around a corner, where obviously is where they had to cut and splice shots together, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to pull this whole dang thing off. It's in like 30 minutes, like back to back. It's insane. It's intense. It's hard to see where those transitions are, but obviously they had to put them in there. But it is so fun, and it's so crazy. And I was like, because this happens, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes into the movie, maybe a little bit longer, and then it just goes. And I was like, is this whole movie, the rest of this movie, gonna be this? Because I would have been here for it. Obviously, that's not the case. They had to weave in, you know, like the villain and the story and yada yada. But I don't care. I could have watched that entire thing 100 times over. It's so insane. It's one of those things where you're watching and you're like, oh, did they just do that? Oh, I can't believe they just did that. You know, one of those type of things. Like, oh, I can't believe. Oh, like you're literally like this. Well, you're also on the edge of your seat. It's intense. It's heart pounding. It's thrilling. It's absolutely insane. It's bloody. It's bonkers. It's explosions. It's guns. It's some great stunt choreography. Like, it's amazing. And that's kind of how the whole movie is in general. But that one take shot in its own is like worth watching. Okay, absolutely worth watching. And something that I really enjoy about this movie is, like, if you've seen the first one, you saw the state that Tyler was in at the end of the movie, right? You're thinking to yourself, how the heck is he going to be able to do all this stuff again? Well, it's earned and it's warranted, right? They literally show him being approached to do this mission. Hey, we got 6 weeks. And then they do a montage of him, like, training, right? Working through the pain, getting to where he needs to be in order to accomplish something like this, which is very much appreciated, that they're not just like, oh, he's perfect, he's fine, whatever, let's send him out there, right? Which is great. They address what happened. They address him having to work to get to that point where he's going to be able to pull off something like this. Now, for the most part, yes, there's some things that certain people, himself included, but certain people that are part of the story tend to have a higher threshold for pain. They tend to be able to get through things that normal human beings wouldn't be able to get through, right? You know, you ever watch this movie and you're like, there is no way someone is coming out of that. This person just got shot a bunch of times. They've been stabbed. They got all this stuff going on. They basically almost exploded and they're fine. And then other people get like shot once and they die, right? That's just how these types of movies are. So yes, that happens. Of course, the more main important people can get through a heck of a lot more than the others. So, but I mean, that's kind of what's to be expected in a movie like this. Again, the plot, like there's some interesting stuff with the mother and the kids. Very predictable, but it's still interesting. Listen, this movie, if you just want to watch Chris Hemsworth go absolutely bananas on some people and just have explosions and intense action sequences, then this is the movie for you. If you liked Extraction, you're going to like Extraction 2 because it is more of the same but bigger this time around. And listen, I don't consider this a spoiler because I've read some stuff already about it, but I'm just going to say they leave the door open for some more. I mean, listen, if they could pull off a 2 after the way they ended 1. So I would love to just see more of these, just getting more crazier and more insane. The villain in this is okay. He's a little generic, but that's kind of like the whole story, right? That's not what I was here for. I was here for people fighting and blowing each other up and all sorts of craziness happening, and that is exactly what you get in Extraction 2. So it hits Netflix on June 16th tomorrow. Be sure to check it out, especially if you enjoyed the first one. If you didn't like the first one, you're probably not going to like this one. If you haven't seen it yet, it's still on Netflix, so I say check that out. Then check out Extraction 2. Be sure to let me know if you're going to watch them down below in the comments. If by the time you get to this review, you've already seen Extraction 2, let me know what you thought about it in the comments as well. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.